Most business owners don't realize this. They didn't just build a business, they built a prison. For years, I was one of them, working 60, 80 hours a week, exhausted, stuck in the operations, constantly putting out fires. Yes, I was making money, but no freedom, no time, and no space to actually lead. And that's exactly why I created the Freedom Business Liberation System. The Freedom Business Liberation System is the exact step-by-step framework I use to build multiple multi-million-dollar companies and step out of the day-to-day operations in every single one of them. It's a proven path that takes you from being the bottleneck to becoming a strategic, empowered leader with a business that runs without you. It's built on these 7 pillars. Welcome back. In our last video, we covered O, optimize autonomously. You learned how to eliminate single points of failure, build leadership depth, create visibility dashboards, and continuously optimize systems. Today, we're completing the foundation with M, multiply your impact, the final letter in this freedom acronym. Here's where everything shifts. You've built a business that operates without you. Now the question becomes, what do you do with all this freedom? This video is about strategic growth, exit planning, legacy building, and multiplying your impact beyond your personal efforts. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to assess your growth opportunities, increase your business valuation, articulate your legacy vision, and develop leaders who develop other leaders. This is the capstone of the foundation. Let's finish strong. Here's what happens to most business owners who finally create freedom. They don't know what to do with it. They spent years grinding, building, hustling, and now when they can finally step back, they're lost. Some even jump back into operations because being busy feels more comfortable than being strategic. Listen to me. If you've done the work in videos 1 through 6, you've created something incredible. You have systems, you're leading strategically, your team is empowered, you've delegated effectively, your business operates autonomously. That's really rare. Most business owners never get there. But here's the truth. Freedom without direction is just expensive boredom. The real opportunity, the real reward for all that work is multiplication. Multiplying your revenue through strategic growth, multiplying your wealth through exit planning, multiplying your impact through developing leaders, and multiplying your legacy through building something that outlasts you. This is what freedom was designed to create. Not just time off, not just less stress, but the ability to build something significant, something that truly matters beyond just paying your bills. That's what we're exploring today. Let me talk about strategic growth versus hustle growth. Most business owners grow by accident. They work harder, take on more clients, hire more people, and hope it all works out. That's not strategy. That's chaos on a bigger scale. Strategic growth means making intentional decisions about where to expand, how to scale, and what opportunities to pursue based on your capacity, capability, and desired outcome. It's about growing in ways that increase value, not just revenue. Here's the framework. Before you pursue growth, ask these 3 questions. First, do I have the operational capacity? If your systems are barely handling current volume, adding more volume will break them. You need autonomous operations before you scale. Second, do you have the leadership capability? Growth requires more leaders. If you're maxed out, growth will bury you. Third, what's your strategic purpose? Are you growing to build wealth? To increase impact? To create an exit opportunity? You need to know why before you decide how. Growth opportunities fall into a few categories. Same service to more customers, which is market penetration. New services to the same customers, this is service expansion. Same service to new markets, geographic or demographic expansion. Or completely new offerings, this is diversification. Each has a different risk profile and resource requirements. Choose strategically based on your goals. Now, exit strategy. Even if you never plan to sell, building a sellable business makes it more valuable and easier to run. Why is that? Because sellable companies have systems, leadership teams, diversified revenue, and don't depend on the owner. Sound familiar? That's precisely what we've been building. What makes a business attractive to buyers? Predictable revenue, strong margins, operational systems, a leadership team in place, growth potential, and clean financials. The work you've done in videos 1 through 6 has positioned you for this. Buyers don't want to buy your job. They want to buy a business that runs independently. Here's a concrete example. I built All About Events to 4.5 million with systems, leadership, and autonomous operations. When I eventually decide to exit, I can command a premium because buyers see the functioning business, not a one-person show. Even though I have no immediate plans to sell, building for an exit has made the company more profitable, scalable, and enjoyable to run. Your starting point. Assess where you are. Can your business run for 90 days without you? If yes, you're ready for strategic growth conversations. If not, you need to complete the work in videos 1 through 6 first. Multiplication only works when you have a foundation worth multiplying. Let me tell you about why multiplication matters more than just making money. In 2020, when COVID brought events to a complete stop, I lost everything overnight. $3.9 million in projected revenue, gone. And in that moment, I had to face the tricky question. If I rebuild this, what am I actually building for? For years, I had measured success by revenue. Hit 1 million, celebrate it. Hit 2 million, celebrate it. Hit 4 million, celebrate it again. But when it all disappeared, I realized revenue was just a number. It doesn't tell you if you're creating impact. It doesn't even tell you if you're rebuilding a legacy that matters. So when I rebuilt, I changed the question. I asked myself, what do I want to be remembered for? What impact do I want to have beyond myself? If I'm gone, what continues? That's when I started Legacy Leadership Consulting. Not just to help business owners make more money, anyone can teach tactics for that. I wanted to help people build businesses that serve their lives rather than consume them. I wanted to develop leaders who would go on to develop other leaders. I wanted to create an impact that multiplies beyond my personal efforts. That's multiplication. It's taking the freedom you've created and using it to build something significant. For some people, that's geographic expansion, opening multiple locations. For others, it's developing products that scale without more labor. For me, it was teaching what I learned so other business owners could compress my 17 years learning curve into 12 months. Here's what I know now. Success is only built for yourself. Legacy is what you create for others. Revenue is essential. You need profit to have options. But once you have freedom, the question becomes this: what will you make with it? Some of you will build multi-location empires. Some will exit for life-changing money. Some will develop leaders within your organization who carry your vision forward. Some will mentor the next generation of entrepreneurs. All of those are multiplication. All of those are legacy. The key is being intentional about it. That's what this pillar does. It shifts your thinking from how do I survive to how do I multiply my impact. That shift changes everything. Now let's talk about legacy architecture and leader multiplication. These are the mechanisms that create impact beyond your lifetime and personal capacity. First, legacy vision. Most people think about legacy at the end of their life. That's too late. Legacy is built through daily decisions starting now. It's not what you leave behind, it's what you live every single day. Your values, your standards, the people you developed, the impact that you create. Here's how to architect your legacy. Start with reflection questions. What do you want to be remembered for beyond business success? What impact do I want to have on my family, my team, my community? What values do I want to pass on to the next generation? You need to write down your answers. That's your legacy vision. Then make it concrete. Legacy isn't abstract, it's specific actions. If you value integrity, how do you demonstrate that on the daily? If you want to be remembered for developing people, who are you investing in this month? If you wish for your family to be your priority, how does your calendar reflect that? Your daily decisions either build or betray your legacy vision. Now, leader multiplication. The ultimate leverage isn't the systems. It's developing leaders who develop other leaders. This compounds. You develop 3 leaders. Each one of those leaders develops 3 more leaders. Suddenly, you've created 9 second-generation leaders without directly training them. That's multiplication. Here's the framework. Identify people with leadership potential, both inside and outside your business. Mentor them intentionally. Give them real responsibility. Coach them through the challenges. Model the kind of leader that you want them to become. As they grow, encourage them to develop others. This creates leadership pipeline that extends far beyond you. Think about it. You can personally impact people profoundly in your lifetime. But if you develop leaders who develop other leaders, your impact multiplies exponentially. That's how movements are built. That's how culture spreads. That's how legacy is created. This connects to everything we built. In Empower, you learn to identify and develop leaders. In Delegate, you gave them the authority. In Optimize, they begin functioning autonomously. Now in Multiply, you're taking that to the next level, developing leaders who will go on and lead without you, building impact that continues after you're gone. Let me use the prison break analogy. You've escaped the prison of being trapped in operations. You're free. Now the question is, what will you do with the freedom? Will you enjoy it, or will you help others escape the prison too? Will you mentor the next generation? Will you build something that outlasts you? That's multiplication. That's legacy. Start here. Write your legacy statement this week. Something like, my legacy is, and then you fill in the blank. Then you identify 2 to 3 concrete actions that you'll take this month to start building your legacy. Don't wait, start now. Great work today. You just learned the 7th and final pillar of the Freedom Foundation. Multiply your impact. You now understand strategic growth planning, exit readiness, legacy architecture, and leader multiplication. That's letter M. You've completed the full Freedom Foundation. Let me tell you what you've accomplished. You've learned to face reality without excuses. You've learned to restructure your foundation with systems, establish your leadership identity, empower your leadership and culture, delegate effectively with trust, optimize autonomously, and multiply your impact. That's the complete framework for business liberation. You're not stuck. You're just waiting to decide. And by completing these 7 foundation videos, you've decided. You're building something real, something that serves your life instead of consuming it. The following 13 videos will take you deeper into advanced application, financial mastery, building executive teams, crisis leadership, strategic partnerships, and scaling strategies. But you've got the foundation. Everything builds from here. You're on your way to true freedom. Now keep going and make it happen. Congratulations. You've completed the Freedom Business Liberation System. At this point, you have all the tools. You have the framework. You have what you need to implement the Freedom System on your own. But here's the real question you need to ask yourself. Do you have the accountability to actually work through every single pillar and execute the practical applications inside your business, even when you get busy or distracted or you hit resistance? I want to give you one option that will accelerate everything you just learned. If you want the accountability and real-time support, there's an additional resource that includes 8 weeks of Zoom coaching with me. We'll go pillar by pillar, week by week, focused on the practical implementation. What to do first, what to do next, and you can bring all your questions, your real situations, and your real roadblocks. I'll walk you through it so you're not guessing and you don't stall out. If you're ready to move faster with clarity and accountability, click the link below and I'll see you on the first call.